Greetings everyone, I'm Record II, and welcome to the showcase video for my Nether Weather. Now this is part of my Overskip data pack, and this actually is a new update, so it came out today with this video, so check out the description for the data pack download. It adds other cool stuff, and I usually don't make videos for this data pack because it's kind of a small data pack, but I decided to make a separate video just for this feature. I'm going to explain exactly how the different events work, following up by detailed descriptions of the separate types of events, going to descriptions of the actual events and the effects they have on gameplay, and then following it up by some lore to behind how this weather actually has a place to be, I guess. At least the way it was designed anyway. So, first of all, let's explain how do I make these events happen. Well, it's actually pretty easy. I decided that Minecraft has a universal weather system. Everywhere in the world, it's the exact same weather happening, even if it's replaced by snow, for example. The rain is replaced by snow in snowy biomes, it still is a rain event. So if there's rain in the overworld, there's going to be a lava fall in the nether. And same applies for the second type of weather here. And the same way as a thunder is kind of a addition to rain, the storm event is also an addition to the lava fall. So, if it's raining in the overworld, it's lava fall here. If it's thunder, it's going to be a storm here. And there's an easy way to cause that, of course, with the weather command, but unfortunately it doesn't work in this biome. So I just made these functions which run the commands in the overworld, and that means, of course, that it's triggered here. Rest assured, this actually works in survival. If it starts raining in the overworld, it'll start a lava fall in the nether. So let's explain what a lava fall is. Now the effects of this event actually don't work everywhere. So if I'm at Y level 116, the effects of this event should no longer be working. You can still see particles, but I'm not going to be affected by the gameplay effects of this at all. Same goes for Y level 31 and below, right at the lava lake level here. The effects of the weather are not going to apply to me. As you can see, let me take off my helmet, and once I get up, I start getting wither. So that's what's happening. And one of the ways, of course, as you already could guess, of defending yourself against this is by wearing a helmet. But you cannot wear every single thing you can put on your head. You specifically need to wear a netherite helmet, a golden helmet, an iron helmet, or a diamond helmet. The other ones do not work, except for the turtle shell. That also will help you survive. And another thing that will help you is fire resistance. So I have no helmet on, but if I use fire resistance, the wither effect goes away. And the third way of saving yourself from this event is by having just 5 blocks of air or less above you and having something on top. I'm going to drop an item and show you this in effect. So if I drop an item over here, as you can see, it's safe and sound, but if I drop one here, it'll be set on fire, which happens to all entities that are not in the non-flammable entity tag that I made for this pack, as you can see right here on your screen. And same things apply to them, of course, as well. If I put a piglin here, it's going to be alright. But if a piglin is exposed to too much air, it's going to damage him. Now, of course, there's also a block tag list for the different types of blocks that count as air. So if all these blocks are above you and there's nothing on top, at the 6th block, then you're going to suffer from the effects of the lava fall. But of course, they'll also be saved by fire resistance. It's still going to set them on fire, but as you can already guess, they're not going to take any damage from it. And of course, helmets will also save these guys. And of course, being at the different Y levels at which the effect of the weather event are nullified, it'll also save them from burning. So that's pretty much the lava fall. It occurs everywhere in the nether at the same time as there is rain in the overworld, and it'll set entities on fire, but there's a plethora of ways of protecting yourself from it. That's pretty much it for the lava fall. Now let's get into the storm. So storms are interesting because they only occur in the stormy biomes. Here in the nether wastes, you see no difference. Because this is not a biome that has the requirements to actually be counting as a biome in which a storm can occur, and that's more getting into lore, which I'll explain a little bit later. But once we get into the basalt deltas right over here, as you can see, things will change. It's going to storm out here. The big difference is that it'll cause more ash particles or spore particles to occur in these biomes, and it also gives me slowness too. But one big thing that's also different from a lava fall, even though there is lava drips everywhere, it'll actually not cause any fire damage, of course outside of nether wastes, because nether wastes are not actually biomes where the storm effects will occur. So as you can see, there's way more white ash going on here in the basalt deltas during a storm. So let's get into a different biome, and I'll explain to you the differences between the different types of storms that are happening. So there are two biomes I can show you right now, and the difference in them. So here it'll display the ash particle, and in the Crimson Forest it'll increase the amount of spores in the air, as you can see. Not very easy to tell because of the lava drifts being the same color, but it is in fact happening. So different types of storms are the ashy storms in soul sand valleys and the soul deltas, and spory storms in the Crimson Forest and the Warp Forest biomes respectively, and they'll have their own particles. So now it's time to explain the lore behind these events, and I'll start with the storm because again, I just explained the particles, and I'm going to delve into why that is the case. Well, these are supposed ash and spore storms that are caused by the particles in the air of these different biomes, and all the wind slows you down, and the other motions caused by this weather event will also negate the fire damage from the lava fall, which also is happening at the same time. So what is a lava fall? It's just lava soaking through the nether terrain and causing a large amount of lava to build up and start leaking down from the different surfaces of the nether. Since it's a very multi-layered dimension, it's going to cause a lot of the living lava pockets and other lava pockets and such to leak through the terrain and rain fire from above. That's pretty much the logic behind these events. Of course, there's no sky in the nether, so it wouldn't make sense for any other types of weather to occur here. I think these are the ones that made sense in terms of lore of this dimension and pretty much the way that it works overall. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this concept. Don't forget to check out Overskip because it also adds a lot of other really cool features to the nether, such as more crafting tweaks, renewable iron, lots of advancements, and all kinds of other different cool stuff that makes nether more interesting and sustainable to live in. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you like all the different weather events and you have no questions left about all of these different events, what they do and how to avoid the negative effects of them. And don't forget to smash subscribe, ring my bell, and as always, stay.